Novo, Amor. Now, because of the aspect ratio, it's going to be a little off on the screen, but it is what it is. This is called Sleepless, Chapter 1.
Улам их сайрлаа. Охны би маш муу. Та хоёрт тэр бөөл туслах бах та.
Given all the silence,
this is gonna be brutal.
The sky was taking its place.
Wow.
If we're giving it all a title, I'll concede I might have made a mistake. 'Cause I feel love throwing it all away. I'm sleepless.
Jeez.
Seven years of verses, I guess that I deserve it. I made a mistake. So keep it on the surface and tell me that it was worth it, all the ways that it would break. 'Cause I feel love throwing it all away. I'm sleepless, knowing you're all the same. How lonely I feel. It's taken all the ivy from its road. Does it feel any more like home? I made the walk from Albany to Rome, but it feels there's nowhere more to go.
Wow.
'Cause I feel love throwing it all away. I'm sleepless, and tell me you're all the same. How lonely I feel. How lonely I feel.
I need to see the dad again. Wow. Wow. Epic. Friggin' epic. Oh. Oh, God, that was good. Oh, that was fantastic. From the first second. Oh. Wow. Who requested this? Who was that? Which one of you Vippies? It does. That emotion's hard. That was Caitlin. Caitlin, good job, buddy. That's a good one. Are there more chapters? This is 7 years ago. Are there more? I guess we can find out. Let me tell you though, like as beautiful as this is, from the first moment till the last frame, absolutely epic. But I think I kind of received something that I think is worth repeating. I think it would be easy to see this, I'll say this little film, okay, this short film, as essentially being about love or how far a parent will go for their child. I feel like that's surface level. That's kind of probably the point of it. And you can kind of mix in some other factors. Again, just my opinion, but you can mix in some other factors about faith or belief or hope, never giving up, whatever. But I kind of thought something interesting here. And you got to bear with me while I try to articulate this. Especially those of you who are parents, or if you have somebody that you love dearly and you would go to the ends of the earth for, much like this father does with his daughter. It really doesn't surprise us to see a father doing this for his child, right? Oh, the song is so beautiful too. It's so perfect. It's just haunting. It doesn't surprise us. And to see the lengths that he goes from way out in the remote village out through the city, it's a hell of a trek, right? It doesn't surprise us. It's just we kind of expect it. When we get to this part here, okay, and we're now in this part of the journey, this is where we start to realize even further that this is a hell of a trek. What he is going through for her is going to be very significant, okay? And that gets even worse, or it gets bigger when we realize, okay, he's spending the night out in the tundra. And then not only that, the next morning, our four-legged friend is gone. So the journey just became even harder. But despite that, Dad still carries on. Again, I'm just highlighting a couple things. I'm going to get to the point here, though. There should be very few people in our lives, and I would say very few, because it depends on a whole bunch of things. The people that you will do this for in your life should be extremely selective, okay? You have to be very selective about who you would do this level of care and love for, how much you will give of yourself and your time and your energy for somebody else. It might be family, it might not. It might be a friend who's become family, and however you put it, okay? But this is where I think some of you are going to be like, how'd you get there? There are also people who will expect this from everybody around them, regardless of relationship. There are people that expect everybody else to carry them the entire way. And we just can't do that. As much as I adore all of you and all of the people that I've shared this journey with, I don't have that to give, you know? And it doesn't mean that I'm a bad guy and I'm a bastard, because I can't give 100% of my time and energy and effort and emotions and care and money into every single person that's here. But it doesn't matter if you're a streamer or if you're a CEO or if you are a custodial worker, a police officer, and it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you're a parent or anything else. You're a person who has a life, and you have people that you care about and care about you. That is who, the ones that you have specifically chosen, that you need to pour yourselves into when the time comes. And what I think is kind of interesting about this is that while he gives every last bit of his energy to get her as far as he can, and we know there's nothing left because he falls and they're just there. And I think it's pretty much time. Somebody comes along and becomes part of the journey, okay? Now, this guy, I think, is the shaman. So he shows up at just the right time. But he becomes part of the journey. He's not the whole journey. He's a part of the journey. He serves his purpose. Here, they get to the village. These people become part of the journey. But it wouldn't be right to ask these people to do all of the things for this random little girl when, you know what I mean, for what the dad did, right? So sometimes people step up and they do these things, and we call them heroes. And that's great. But we can't expect everybody to be a hero to us. We just can't. But at the same time, you can't expect, I can't expect to be a hero for every single person that we come across, which is why it is so important that we set boundaries. Those boundaries are not only to protect us, but they're also to protect the people on the other side that might exploit us. Now, this is going to be a slight detour, but follow me. If you've ever gone through group therapy is what some people call a social laboratory. You have a group of people, and it's not like a whole family. Sometimes it is, but sometimes it's just strangers in a therapy session. You might have 10, 12 people. And each of them has different things that they need to work on or they need to learn or whatever. So you put them in this group, and the group becomes the accountability aspect. The reason they call it a social laboratory is because things that might be costing you friends or loved ones, sometimes those friends or loved ones won't tell you what drives them up the friggin' wall about you. They try to just like let it slide. They let it slide because they love you. But at some point, they've either told you and you ignore it. Eventually, they have to protect themselves. They set their own boundaries and they end up walking away from you. And you might not know why that is, even though you've been told multiple times. In a group therapy setting, the group will tell you. You might not like it, but they will tell you. If you take that lesson, you're like, okay, I'm a bit of a bastard when I get upset. Or I think I know it all. I think I'm the smartest guy in the room. Once you have strangers kind of calling you out, you can't refute that, right? It's just kind of how the process works. But again, it's for the sake of the group. It's for a community. So there's an accountability there. Now, I reference all this because, like, there are times when I like to run the community in the same way. Sometimes it's hard to tell somebody, it doesn't matter how you say it. It does, like, you have to tell somebody, hey, you have to stop. You have to. I'm probably hurting your feelings, but I need you to hear this. You have to stop. Now, 9 times out of 10, that person leaves. And that's fine. But they're just going to go somewhere else and do the exact same thing and repeat that process. It's not easy to take that criticism sometimes, that critique. But if you want to stop the cycle, you have to at least entertain the thoughts, right? So, as I've said in my many analogies over the years and metaphors, that it's like you have to address all these little cracks because you don't know which one's legit, which one's real, and which one is going to end up crumbling everything around you. So, I don't see, it's so crazy that all of these things, these human things and the social complexities can come through so strongly in a video that's just really about a father and a daughter and his love for her and how far he's willing to go. But to me, there's a deeper message that I think so many people need to hear and then understand. And I think that's so important. Yeah, it's easy to watch, but like, oh, it's a beautiful video. It is. But if there's a lesson there, and I really think there is, and even if it's just for me, this is what I'm receiving, this is what I'm getting, I think that's notable. Yeah. And I was telling, I don't know if I use this as the last thing I'll say, and then I'll move on, because I think we're running out of time for the VIPs. I had said to Fert the other day, I was talking about somebody I work with. And I said, it's literally like they step down into this proverbial pit and they just call, help, help, until somebody comes and then pulls them out of the pit. And then they just, as soon as that person walks away, they step right back down inside the pit and go, help, help. And they wait for somebody else to come. And then, or if it's the same person, come pick them back out of the pit. And this cycle repeats and repeats and repeats. And there's going to come a point where nobody shows up. Because believe it or not, the first few times that people pick you up out of that pit, they do it because they care about you, but they know what you're doing. They know what you're doing.